What's up, fellow Trekkies? Welcome to Trekyards. I'm Captain Foley.
Smart man you are, Stuart. Smart man. And I'm Connor Cockings. Welcome to Trekyards. We are discussing a single topic, single question in our busy week of looking at all things in the Picard Season 1, Episode 1. I have a question for you, Stuart, as both a filmmaker and a scriptwriter and all those things, and it actually came from Red Letter Media. They did a review. I watched it, and this is something that they brought up, so yay for them. And I want to bring it up to you. In the episode, it's revealed that this character Dahj is actually probably mostly sort of an android of a specialist updated variety. Data's daughter, perhaps, mostly. She has extra senses. She can detect things from a while, further distance than Data could, presumably. And she's with Picard, and she senses that something's coming, and so she says, "Let's go," and she runs Picard to a roof. Can't say words. To a roof, Stuart. Where an action scene ensues, and then she gets killed, blowed up, and Picard gets knocked out. But my question, Stuart, in this sequence, why does she go to a roof if she's being tracked by beaming transporter officers armed with guns?
None of it makes any sense.
Oh.
As Red Letter Media pointed out, they're at the Starfleet Archive, which is probably near Starfleet Academy or Starfleet headquarters.
I mean, you see an exterior shot. I mean, you see the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance of the setup shot, so they're like a couple of miles max from like central area.
And we see Starfleet officers walking around.
And shuttles, including next to the building they're on at one point.
Yes. So the question remains, why didn't they ask or find another Starfleet officer for help, go into one of the buildings where there's security? I doubt very highly there's no security in the Starfleet Museum. Just go back in the museum, so if they beam in, at least you'll have like automatic countermeasures activate, perhaps, even though they're cloaked, nobody sees them.
Well, they beam in, but they're cloaked from recording devices.
Well, that's another conversation in itself.
It is.
Considering Picard didn't wake up in a hospital or was questioned, I think he might have been imagining the whole thing. And
that's another video, Stuart. That's a great.
I know. Anyway, so she drags this old elderly man up the stairs. He can hardly make it. And yeah, to their credit, they do point that out. He's like, I can't do it. No, come on. But yeah, the rooftop is the least safe place.
Yes. You're stuck.
Because
you're trapped.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go.
And also no elevators, I guess. No turbolifts. Why can they take the turbolift up?
I know later in the trailer and stuff, we see him walk through like a transporter
I love
gate.
that.
You would think there's transporter gates to each level, maybe.
Well, that's a lot of power to use. Just use a turbolift, mate.
Power is irrelevant in the future. There's a lot of power everywhere. But anyway, there's got to be an easier way to get to the roof. And I love how Picard even stops her before and says, "No, Dahj, we need help." And she continues to take him up to the roof.
What's the plan once they're on the roof?
I have no idea. There's no shuttle waiting for them. I doubt there's a transporter site up there that they can get away. It seems like the worst idea in the world.
I think the reason, Stuart, is because they want to have an action scene in a cheap location they can control for a 2-day shoot.
Very likely.
That's it. Whereas in reality, Dahj is a Starfleet Academy either graduate or high entry level or civilian graduate, because she's been accepted to Daystrom, which is civilian, but you could probably go there from Starfleet because Maddox was Starfleet. So I mean, there is both paths. I mean, so she's so she presumably knows, because when she's activated, she doesn't lose her Dahj personality. So she knows Earth. She's lived there a while, presumably. I mean, and Picard, I hate the fact they kind of make him feel senile and unknowing, even though, war veterans of 60 years service, they don't just go stupid in their 60s. The equivalent, I mean, he's older in the show, but I mean, in comparison to how old he can be in Trek, he's only the equivalent of 60s, maybe sort of 70s, and again, 70s of peak health, because in those days, in Trek, you could be kept at peak physical health and mental health up until whatever. So he should know instantly just to call over the nearest officer, "Excuse me!" For help, and then they can instantly say, "Security!" And then we saw in Voyager when they try to steal the shuttle in the alternate universe, like security beams in like 30 seconds, because that's how long it takes to beam in. I mean, it's seconds. And that's probably why they explain no one beams to the roof, because the shooting is cloaked, or like because I don't when they say cloaked, I don't think cloaking makes sense. I think it's more they jam the ability to record themselves. They don't leave a signal, which you probably, rather than being just a one-person like field, it like disrupts just the idea of the cameras, so therefore all the guns shooting also works, because otherwise that would be pointless. Otherwise you watch this footage and you're just seeing bullets, like, well, laser blasts, I mean, that would be pointless. So it's probably just a general jamming field of cloaking, but it's just, disturbances. So that's why they don't get rescued, although the shuttle that goes by should see them visually and be like,
yes,
do you need any help there? I mean, this is a gunfight on a roof.
No, they're filming a movie, guys. It's fine. Just keep going. We're not even going to interrupt them.
Because it's not as if this is at the chateau. This is like prime real estate Starfleet. With, I mean, you can imagine, 500,000 Starfleet officers around?
Very likely, yes.
I mean, cadets, there's literally security officers being trained. Now, I the only thing I can think of vaguely is that Dahj now knows she's an android, and therefore if she goes to Starfleet, they think she'll be taken and killed, which makes sense, but her choosing to go to a roof for no reason is more likely to get her killed. I guess she's rationing that she'd rather risk her and Picard getting shot to death, or stabbed to death because they throw knives, and have the chance of maybe fighting them than asking Starfleet and then them asking questions and stopping them. There is some rationale there, but that's a heavy thing to risk her life and his life just because she thinks she can beat whoever might appear up.
You're absolutely right. It just doesn't make sense. There's no rational reason to go up to this roof. Like I said, if there was a shuttle there waiting for them, some kind of vessel, so even like some transporter facility, fine. I don't know what her plan was.
And also, there is a building, like, they're on the ground floor. You just walk into a building with, are they really going to beam into a Starfleet office building with...
Well, unless, too, when she started the conversation, she said, I can hear conversations blocks away. And then she's like, oh, they're coming for us. Unless she assumed, like, she could hear somebody coming, and so she assumed they were on the ground floor. So if they get to the roof, they're not going to search through the entire building for them. And from the rooftop, you can keep an eye on people maybe walking down below. Perhaps. That might be a reason, but...
This is true, but it doubles down to, if she can hear them, then they beamed, these people in full black stealth armor, they beamed to a location nearby that wasn't visible.
Maybe they had undercover agents down below that were just dressed normally, that's what she heard, got away from them, and then these guys beamed in.
The problem is you don't see that, so that's a hefty leap.
I know. I'm trying to rationalize
I like
this
that.
stupid decision.
I like that. That's good.
Because if they're Romulans, they'd have undercover agents, you'd think. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of what they do.
But back to the thing about, she wanted to fight them one-on-one. That also relied on the sniper guy not shooting straight. Because they have sniper rifles and guns are quite effective. Why don't they shoot Picard either? Because if they shot Picard, she might go up to Picard and say, "Are you okay?" "Ah, I got shot." It's one of those scenes that it's very much like Rise of Skywalker, the J.J. Abrams trick of scene, action, move, quick, done. Whereas if you break it down, it's like just a choice. It's like if you have a left or a right, and the left is illogical, the choice is because the script. Can't you try and find a medium? Like, I was thinking this while you said your great point about her hearing things. Dahj finds him. There's no time limit on when, how, or who, and they're only after her, not him. So, if she moved 6 locations, then, if she covered her tracks for a few seconds, she might have more time. I wish the scene had played out that she took him up to the roof, where she hid a phaser, and had a plan. Because she's a trained officer to some regard. She has, every officer is given phaser training, and tactical training, and basic training, even enlisted, even science officers, because you need that level of survival training.
I don't think she was ever in Starfleet, though. I don't think she had that training. She was very much a civilian, I think.
But Daystrom, though, it's sort of civilian, but you assume they'd be given some training?
No, I don't think that has anything to do with Starfleet. She was just... Yeah. She's just...
It's a full-on civilian branch.
A special... Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But then... So she went to... Well, she didn't go to school. She's a fake person. She's got... I'm sure she's on Earth for 2 years max, you know what I mean? So she probably had... Her backstory is very, slim, I'm sure. Okay, that's fair. But it would be nice if she had a phaser up there and then pulled it. Because, each person could beam in and out, So there's no sense of... she would outpower them by having one phaser, but she at least should have a plan, and she just wasn't counting on 20 people. But when you watch the scene now, realizing why, all it's there is just so she can beat them up, have them deliberately miss her, and then her to get killed on a with no because it's like a Man of Steel. And then the second film, Batman vs Superman, they fought away from people so they didn't get killed. Because if you fight on top of a parking garage, there probably aren't as many people getting killed rather than in the street next to people.
And they also probably did this so they could piss away all their budget on putting shuttles and digital landscapes. And that way when we ask about the ships, they go, oh, we didn't have a budget for it. We spent it on other special effects. That's... Because that's a lot of special effects to include in a scene like this that was unnecessary. If this was in a room or in a hallway, I think you could have saved a lot of money. Because you got shuttles flying by, you got the digital landscape,
which looks great.
Golden Gate Tower in the background.
We saw the original, and you can't tell.
Yeah,
beautiful. But yeah, I mean, in fact, if you watch the scene, it's just bland cream concrete. Like a room, you could carefully, wouldn't it be more interesting? I mean, this would be kind of harsh. But like, if we'd seen Picard walk from the weird like stacks of data, not data but information, into an antechamber, into his personal room. If they'd beamed into the antechamber, which had like Federation iconography and like welcome to the reception desk area, and they could shoot through the hologram lady, which would be kind of a cool moment. She's like, "No, look at me, pew pew." Keep looking at me, and then they ignore her. You could have a really fun theme with that. It's in a room, it's in a set. You don't have to worry about whatever. And then he would just pull her back into the archives, thinking that their security measures are strong enough, and they beam in anyway. And he's like, "How did they get through the security grid?" Like that could be really good, and they've already built part of the set. Wow, I fixed it without doing almost anything.
Mm-hmm. And added a little moment of humor.
Yeah,
like she gets shot. Oh, if you're looking for information on disruptors, that'll be an aisle.
Your arm looks reminiscent of Riemann technology from the "Shut up, woman." Okay, fine. I'll go somewhere else. Yeah, that'd be great. And she was fun. She was fun for 12 seconds. Wow. Yeah. I just want to point out, guys, they had a great point, and it's one of those things that it's like editing. Good editing, you don't notice. Amazing editing, you're like, oh, that was really good. I don't know why. Oh, it's the editing. Bad editing, you notice. And so bad scene construction, which is just because you notice. It's like, why did in 09 they have to jump to a platform because they wanted an action scene? There's no good reason beyond action scene, and where they burn millions of dollars. It's like, use it better, please. Same thing here. It's just because, which is a shame because well thought out, crafted narratives. They just, oh my god, you flow and oh, that's so crafted. Although to be fair, it's better than I guess Discovery, where they invent problems and solve them in 12 seconds. Don't know which one's better.
Yeah, inventing a problem and solving it immediately is really not great. So
only a singularity can power it. Oh look, we found a singularity, we can power it. Cool.
Then we need a suit. Oh, it's okay, I can build one. Oh, okay, cool.
How long will it take? This fight. Cool. Oh no time crystals. Oh no, there's a planet full of them.
Sweet. Anyway, guys.
Slight plot thing. I just want to point it out, guys, because it's it's a bit of a funny one.
And did you guys even notice it? Because I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it, and I feel like an idiot for it now. Because it just does. It's nonsensical and makes. Yeah, it's just why. So anyway, put your thoughts down below. What you think about this? What about our discussion? Do you guys have anything else to offer? A reason that she maybe went up to the roof? We would definitely love to hear that. So, also don't forget to hit like and subscribe and notifications. You know the routine.
Classic stuff. And my normal routine is just, Patreon, great service. Our lives, great service. Our store, great service. And PayPal, great service. You know the drill. And just watch more videos. We have more. Go watch.
Go to the roof to watch them.
Yes.
There's a TV up there. We put it up there for you.
No. We assume you have a phone. Like, we're not going to plan. Just go to the roof to watch on your own phone. There's no Wi-Fi up there, so you've got to use mobile data because we didn't plan for it. We're just there just because.
But data's dead.
But
bye, guys.
Mobile data. Bye, guys.